You let me know whenever you're ready.
This conference will now be recorded.
Pursuant to Executive Order Number 20-69, issued by the Office of Governor Ron DeSantis on March 20th, 2020, municipalities may conduct meetings at their governing boards without having a quorum of its members physically or at any specific location, and utilizing communication media technology such as telephonic or video conferencing as provided by Section 120.545B2 Florida statutes.
Kathy, you're fading in and out. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay. Procedures for public comment or providing testimony will be explained by the town clerk shortly. The agenda, the material for each item on the agenda, and the notice regarding the virtual meeting were made available beginning July 30th, 2020 on the town's website and is available in the town clerk's office during business hours. The town has developed several new methods allowing for virtual testimony and ensuring public comment for virtual meetings. Any person may be heard by the special magistrate through teleconference and upon registering with the assistant town clerk. Since this is a virtual meeting as authorized by the governor of the state of Florida, members of the public wishing to address the body may do so by the assistant town clerk will unmute the public for the special magistrate to swear in those participating virtually that will provide testimony. The assistant town clerk will also unmute once the special magistrate has indicated for those participating virtually to provide testimony or to voice their public comment. Persons who cannot access the meeting by teleconferencing using a computer with speaker capabilities or through a smart application can call Town Hall at 561-732-2635 and notify a Town Hall staff of their public comment. The Town Hall staff will notify the town clerk, who shall read the public comment into record. These public comment options established by the virtual meeting for the virtual meetings comply with sections 2860114 and sections 12054 Florida statutes. The public that is physically present for the code enforcement meeting may provide testimony or a public comment by coming up to the podium. The town of Ocean Ridge has facial covering requirement and also encourages the public to practice social distance. All chairs within town have been measured to comply with the 6 feet social distancing requirement. No touch hand sanitizer stations have been placed next to the podium and as well next to the entrance doors of the town hall. Tips for virtual meetings. Try to use one device. Do not attend the meeting by using both the computer and telephone at the same time, as you will experience feedback with a strong echo and will not be able to hear the participants of the meeting properly. Mute your phone if you are attending by telephone or computer. Those that do not mute their phones can cause disruptions into the meeting. Do not unmute yourself. If you are attending the GoToMeeting application or a computer, please do not unmute yourself. The assistant town clerk will unmute persons when indicated by the special magistrate. This information in the chat box is public record. Call Town Hall if experiencing technical difficulties.
Okay, thank you. My name is Amity Barnard. I'm the special magistrate for today's hearing. This is the town of Ocean Ridge. It's Tuesday, August 4th. The official time is after 10 a.m. as advertised. The first item on today's agenda is adoption of the July 7th, 2020 minutes. One edit I did have on page 2, there's a June date, which I think should be July 7th on middle of the page.
Okay.
Otherwise, I reviewed the minutes and hereby adopt them with that revision. It looks like on the agenda today, and town attorney, please let me know if you can't hear me at any point. It looks like we have several.
If you could speak maybe just a little bit louder, I apologize. It was kind of fading in and out. Maybe if you could just a tiny bit, that would be great.
Certainly, and please feel free to stop me if you can't hear me, or if you missed something I said. It looks like we have several violation hearings on the agenda this morning. There's only a few people in the room. I think what we'll do today, if I may, is swear people in by case, because I'm not sure who else is on the telephone or the computer. So we can swear people in as the cases are heard. There are a few folks in the room who I think have been and heard this spiel before, but Essentially, how this will work is for the violation hearings, the town will put on their evidence first. You will then be called to the podium to present any evidence that you have to me, cross-examine any witnesses that the town has, ask any questions of the town, and get onto the record anything that you want me to know before I make a decision. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, so the formal rules of evidence don't apply, but all testimony that's given today is given under oath, under penalty of perjury, so we'll operate accordingly. And as I said, I'll swear people in as we go. And with that, Brian, if you want to start, and I'll swear folks in. I'm not sure for item B if we have anybody.
Yes, if we can, we have some changes to the agenda, and I think that will kind of speed things along.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Okay, item B on the agenda, case 2020-004, we would like to continue that to a date certain of September 1st at 10 a.m. And I guess Kathy, just confirming that is the next code enforcement hearing date, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
And-
we would like that changed. Item C on the agenda, case 2020-005, we would like to continue that to a date certain of September 1st at 10 a.m. Item E on the agenda, which is case number 2020-009, we would like to dismiss that case. And those are the changes to the agenda.
Okay, and Town Attorney, if I may, for the first two items, 2020-004 and 2020-005, I believe at the July hearing, the respondents were present. Do we have confirmation from them? Are they in agreement with the continuance?
They are. I've spoken to their attorney.
Okay, and we don't have any respondents on the phone or any respondents in person? We have one gentleman. Which case are you for?
004,
And your name, sir?
John Davis.
Can you approach the podium and state your name? Thank you.
Can you state your name again, sir?
John Davis.
Thank you.
I'm a resident of Ocean Ridge and live at Inlet Plaza.
Okay. And Town Attorney, have you spoken with Mr. Davis about the continuance? Or did you speak with the attorneys?
I have just spoken to their attorney.
I just heard this morning from our president that the attorney has agreed to this date, but I'm pleading that we might get a longer continuance because the paperwork is now with the township and we're awaiting the approval of the two major contracts, which will be for the pump and for the electrical supply. And in the time frame, basically all we can do is get the approvals and order the equipment. Nothing else will be happening with regards to the project. So I was hoping we might get a continuation until 90 days, November 1st. Would you consider that?
And let me interrupt you there before you give any more testimony as to the merits. Can you raise your right hand for me? Let me officially swear you in. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir?
I swear.
Thank
I do.
you. Town Attorney, did you hear his request?
I did, and that was the same request. His attorney had also made that request as well, that they would like a longer continuance. In my conversation with, basically with town staff and also getting the, hearing from the Boynton Beach Fire Marshal as well, they would like to keep, they only feel comfortable in going forward with a continuance until September 1st at this time. So that's what I'm putting forward.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any intention? I believe at the July hearing, we being the respondent and the town stipulated to no further noticing for this today's hearing date. Are you intending to send a certified copy of the continuance order to the respondents, or give them other notice, or are you asking?
No, I'm not. I mean, I think this is the notice there, and I will, once again, I will notice their attorney, speak to their attorneys, but that's how come I want to do it to a date certain, that, we don't have to expend the money to provide other notice, that we will continue it to this date certain. And I will be, in the meantime, I will be in contact with the attorneys for both Inlet and Tamara.
Okay. Okay, so anything further, Mr. Davis?
Nothing at all, no.
Thank you. So in case 2020-004, I'm going to grant the town's request for continuance. I am going to set it for the September 1st date. We'll see each other again on September 1st and essentially go from there. I will set that issue that order for September 1st, 2020 at 10 a.m. here in Town Hall. Same thing, Town Attorney, I don't believe there's any respondents in the room for 2020-05, but you had the same communication with their attorney on continuing? Is that correct, Town Attorney? On 2020-005, the attorneys agreed to the September 1st date?
Yes, I mean, once again, I think the attorney would like something longer, but yes, they were okay with that. They were okay with us moving forward with the continuance. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. So in case 2020-005, I'll again grant the town's request to continue this case to September 1st, 2020 at 10 a.m. here in the Town Hall Commission chambers. Next is 2020-008, Town Attorney.
And I'm sorry, I didn't hear everything. What was that on 2020? So are you ready for 2020-08 now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you need to swear anybody in for that one?
And I need to swear anyone from the town testifying, and I don't know if there's anyone on the computer or on the phone for this case.
Okay, hopefully the building official was there, Mr. Guy.
Yes, sir. First name?
Durrani.
Sorry, thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And I don't believe there's any respondents in person for this case. Is there anyone on the phone?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so then if it's okay, Special Magistrate, then I will proceed forward. Hopefully everyone can hear me.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so this involves case number 2020-008, address 6100 North Ocean Boulevard, Ocean Ridge, Florida, for violation of section 67-51, 67-60, and 105.1 of the Florida Building Code. This gentleman was notified that he had performed some work, and I will let Mr. Guy go into this in greater detail, and hopefully you have the packet in front of you that I would also like to enter into evidence as well. But this gentleman had prepared or had modified his driveway by adding gravel and expanding his driveway, and it's my understanding that he has tried to submit certain documents to complete his permit package. However, he has failed to do that. And so I can let Mr. Guy kind of go into the greater details, but that is the nature of the violation. And so, Mr. Guy, I guess if you could explain to the Special Magistrate, if there's any further details.
Yes, good morning. I'm Durrani Guy, the new building official, continuing from Mr. Wayne Cameron, who was the previous building official. So my understanding of this case is based on his documentation, the documentation of the city, and I actually have done my own field investigation. So what I have is that on April the 28th, the building official cited the property for adding a driveway without the required permits. And subsequent to that, letters were sent to the owner advising that he was in violation of the city statutes with regards to doing work without a permit, which is the town ordinance 67.51 and section 67-61, and also of the Florida Building Code administrative 105.1. The owner subsequently sent in an application on May 26th, which we, the city, have considered incomplete, and he was advised as such. The biggest lacking information in that he needed a survey showing the setbacks for his driveway. I'm referring to Town Exhibit number 9, which was a letter that was sent out. It said incomplete application for 6100 North Ocean Boulevard, and the deficiencies are: he needed a complete permit application, need a contract for the work, need a correct permit fee, and need to sign the construction handbook. And number 5, it was missing 3 copies of the survey marking the location of the work and the setback, And as of to date, we have not received the requested documents, which were also sent to the owner by certified mail on June 29th. Thank you.
Okay, and in the photographs that I'm looking at, the driveway is the gravel? Is that's
Yes,
the issue?
that would be
Okay.
correct.
And have you, since sending that letter, have we heard anything? Have you heard anything from the respondent?
Nothing, we have no response.
Okay. Okay, I've reviewed the exhibits in the town's evidentiary case file, which I'll enter into the record as composite exhibit 1. I find that notice is sufficient, based on the document reviewed in the file. What is the town seeking in terms of a remedy?
Your Honor, I think the town would seek a daily fine if not complied. And I guess I haven't asked, should have asked Mr. Rouhani and Mr. Guy this before, but I don't know how much time they would need to do this. I imagine that if we give them 30 days to come into compliance, it's not a $50 a day fine. And I also want to mention, it should be in your exhibit in the packet, that the town is also seeking its administrative cost in the amount of $231.20, and if that can be paid within the 30-day period as well.
Okay, so compliance in 30 days, are you okay with establishing a compliance by September 4th then? Town attorney, is that comply by September 4th? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. And failure to comply, the next, I guess we'd have to, we'll set fine assessment hearing in October if necessary.
Yes.
So that would be October 6th. Okay, anything further from the town?
No, thank you, Magistrate.
No, Your Honor, that's all we have.
Okay, in case 2020-008, I will find, as I already have, that notice is sufficient based on the mailings and notice documentation provided in the case file. I'll find, based on the photographs and the testimony of the building official, that the respondent is in fact in violation of 67-51, 67-60 of the town code and section 105.1 of the Florida Building Code for failing to obtain a permit for work done on the property. I will require respondent to comply by obtaining a building permit for the work done by September 4th or face a $50 per day fine, an appearance at the October 6th fine assessment hearing if necessary. And I'll also assess respondent $231.20 in administrative costs for today's hearing to be paid within 30 days. And with item E being pulled, town attorney, do you have anything further?
I do not.
Okay, then we will officially adjourn at 10:20.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.